Okay, great. Let me put you on mute unless you don't prefer to be. Okay, great. All right, so thank you for joining today for Yin Yoga. So we're just going to be doing some nice gentle yoga today for the middle of the week. Let's start by sitting on the floor in a comfortable half lotus position, palms flat on your knees, eyes closed if you're comfortable with that. Lifting up the head toward the sky to elongate the spine. Big inhale. And on an exhale, let your chin drop down toward your chest. And on your next inhale, lift that head back up to the sky. Exhale. Big inhale. This time, drop your right ear over to your right shoulder. Let's hold this stretch for 3 breaths again. Pushing the left shoulder down toward the floor to get maximum stretch there. And inhale your head up to center. Nice exhale. Inhale, and let's treat the other side to that nice stretch. Bring your left ear down to your shoulder. Pushing that right shoulder down. Now inhale the head back to center. Big exhale, last one. Let's drop the head back. If you're comfortable, you can let your mouth fall open. This is why it's nice to have our eyes closed. We can't see what we look like. Inhale the head back to center. Let's continue that movement with a little more fluidity and flow. So we're going to exhale, chin to chest. Inhale over to the right. Exhale over to the left. Inhale to the back. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. Inhale, drop your head back. And one more time, exhale, chin to chest. Inhale to the right. Exhale, drop your left ear to the shoulder. Inhale, drop your head back. Exhale, bring your head back upright. Open your eyes, drop your shoulder blades down your back. You should have a lot more space here now that we've stretched out the neck muscles. Let's stay in the seated position and do some side stretching. So reach your right arm out to the side. Bring your left arm up and over. Both glutes are still on the mat. Ooh, a little cramping here. We're reaching up and over, lots of space here. And let's exhale over to the other side. Reaching back over to the right, 2 breaths. Knees are open, pressing them down toward the mat. Reach up and over to the left. Now let's move into a more of a flow series. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to the other side and exhale in the stretch. Inhale up, exhale, stretch. Inhale up, exhale, stretch. Couple more times, moving with your own breath pace. Really reaching that hand far out to get this nice stretch, maintaining both glutes on the floor, not letting the knees open up toward the sky. Last one, over to the left. And coming back to center. Let's bring our hands and knees to the mat. Tuck your toes under. We're going to stand up, walk your hands back to your feet. Slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Roll the shoulders back. We're standing here in our Tadasana pose. Feet under hips, strong engaged legs, engaged core, letting that rib cage open to the side, belly open to the front with our breaths. Rolling the shoulder blades down the back. Let's just do a little swan dive stretch sequence, and we'll end with a long forward fold after we do some repetitions here. So inhale those arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Drop your hands down toward the mat. Inhale, flat back. You can bring your hands back up on your shins to get that flat back. Exhale, fold. And inhale, reverse that swan dive. Bring those arms up to the sky, palms together to heart center. Big inhale, exhale, back to your Tadasana with those hands open. Let's go through that sequence a few more times. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse that swan dive. Back up. Inhale, palms to heart center, or exhale, palms to heart center. And inhale, drop the hands down to your Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse that swan dive. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, drop your hands to our Tadasana. This is our last one. We're going to hold that forward fold. We should be a little bit warm now. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. And now grab your opposite elbows, drop your head, let it hang. Trying to keep those knees mostly straight and not hyperextended, but not bent either. And just let the weight of that head and arms carry you forward into this fold. Nice stretch in your lower back. Top of the head falling toward the mat. You might want to experiment with bringing your weight closer to your toes, less than your heels. See what kind of stretch that gives you. Deep breaths in and out. One more breath. Drop those hands down to rest on your shins, on your feet, or a yoga toe hold. We'll do 2 more breaths in this bind. And now let go and slowly roll up, one vertebra at a time, head last, rolling the shoulders back, shoulder blades down the spine, palms open to the front. Back in our Tadasana, you should feel, I think, a little more warm and aligned now after doing that nice stretch sequence. So let's come into our full vinyasa. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to that fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, palms on the mat. Step those feet back into a plank. You can stay in this plank or you can drop your knees to the mat. We're going to hug those elbows to the rib cage, coming down all the way to the mat. Palms face up. Let your head rest on one side of the mat. Let's feel all the points of our body connecting with the earth here. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. This is just a chance to align ourselves and see what it feels like to relax all those muscles. Push yourself back up. You can be on your knees or on your toes for this plank. Let's hold this gentle plank for 3 breaths. And now push back into a down dog. Rotate your arms through your shoulder sockets to drop your head, pushing those glutes back and behind you. Bend your right knee, push your left heel down toward the mat. Let's give ourselves a nice calf stretch here. Feeling the spine aligned by managing the position of your hips and your shoulders. That now bend your left knee, drop that right heel down toward the mat. Both legs straight. One more breath in this down dog. Now we're gonna lift, inhale that right leg up into the air. Step it through between your hands. Drop that back knee to the mat and inhale up into our supported crescent lunge. So we've got the support of that back knee. So balance isn't our big challenge here. That gives us a lot of time to work on alignment. You want those shoulders away from the ears. Shoulder blades drop down into your back pockets. Hips are square to the front, fully aligned, getting a really great stretch in those back hip flexors. If you would like a little more challenge, you can tuck that back toe under and come up into the full lunge. And holding whatever variation you prefer for 3 breaths. Bringing our hands back to the mat. Step that foot back to meet the left foot, realigning ourselves into our toe or knee plank, hugging our elbows to the rib cage, coming in our chaturanga. Come through an up dog or a cobra and push back to your down dog. Let the heels float to the mat. Inhale that left leg up into the air. Step it forward between the hands. Drop the right knee down to the mat. Rise up into our crescent lunge. Big stretch here on these hip flexors. Shoulder blades drop down the back. Hips are square to the wall in front of you. Head and chest are straight up to the sky. No exaggerated back bend. No cantilever forward. Feel that alignment there. If you'd like, you can tuck that back toe under and rise up into the full lunge. Choose your variation for 3 breaths. Palms to the mat. Step the right foot back into your plank. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga on toes or on knees. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. This time we're going to add a twist to that lunge. Inhale that right leg up. Exhale, step it between the palms. You can be on your back knee or on your back toe, rising up into your crescent lunge. Bringing palms to heart center. We're going to exhale and twist over that front leg, hooking your left elbow outside the right leg, pushing the left heel back behind you for a lot of support from that rear supporting leg. Trying to keep your palms at heart center as you feel this stretch. And now drop the left hand to the inside of that right leg for even more support. That gives us more room for this rotation, pushing that left shoulder, the shoulder that's toward the ground, forward to get more rotation in the top shoulder. Gaze is up at that top hand. Bring the palms back to the mat. Step that right foot back. Drop to your knees or stay on your toes. Chaturanga, up dog or cobra. Pushing back to down dog. Inhale your left foot up, step it forward. You can drop your right knee or stay on your right toe. Inhale up to our crescent lunge. Your feet should be hip distance in width apart, not standing on a balance beam. Inhale those palms to heart center and exhale, twist. Hook that right elbow over the left leg, gazes up at the sky if you can, trying to keep those palms at heart center. Nice twist. And drop that right hand to the inside of the left foot for more support, more twist. Push that right shoulder forward to open the top left shoulder even more. Right arm or left arm up to the sky, gaze up at that top hand. And palms back to the mat. Step that left foot back to your plank. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Float down toward the mat. Inhale up. Exhale. Push back to down dog. Step your feet up to your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. And now inhale, reverse swan dive. Back to standing. Palms to heart center. And on an exhale, drop them down into your Tadasana. Let's do our Ukatasana, our chair pose. So we're going to walk our big toes together, squeezing those thighs to give yourself a nice strong base, working to keep your knees aligned. Starting with palms at heart center, we're going to squeeze the thighs together as we push those glutes behind us, sitting into our chair. Now straighten the legs and drop the hands down toward the mat into a forward fold. We're going to come back to this Ukatasana. This time you can have your palms at heart center, or you can lift your arms up above your head. So sit back into that chair, choose your arm position, head and shoulders reaching up toward the sky, squeezing those thighs, making sure that your knees are even. One knee isn't trying to push in front of the other. And again, straighten the legs and drop down into a forward fold. Let's slowly roll up, one vertebra at a time. Head last as we prepare to go into our Ukatasana twists. Back to our Tadasana. Big toes are still together. Thighs are still squeezing. This time we're going to bring palms to heart center. Big inhale, exhale, sit back into that chair. Inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to twist to one side, hooking the elbow outside the leg. Gaze up at the sky, really paying attention to the alignment of your knees now, not letting one leg try to get ahead of the other. Beautiful. Untwist, straighten your legs, forward fold. Palms back to heart center, sitting back into our chair. Twist to the other side. Nice twist. Squeezing those thighs. Gaze up at the sky. Untwist, straighten the legs, palms down toward the mat. Forward fold. Slowly roll up. Head last. Roll the shoulder blades down the back and open the hands. Nice. Spread the feet to hip distance. We're going to come back through our vinyasa and come down to do some cat-cow work. So inhale up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back into your plank on toes or knees. Inhale, exhale to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Feel that nice stretch in your back and shoulders and on the back of your legs. Enjoying the stretch, or you can drop down to child's pose. We'll hold here for 3 breaths. And we're going to come to our hands and knees. You can come there from child's pose or from this down dog. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to work on some spinal alignment here. Inhale, lift your chin, drop your lower back toward the mat. Exhale, up into our cat position. Tuck your chin, dome your back, use your core to tilt your pelvis. Inhale. And exhale to the cat. Inhale to your cow. Move through this several times to your own breath rhythm. Strong through the shoulders in this cow position. We're not letting the shoulders collapse. Engaging the core in the cat position. And bring yourself to a neutral spine. Feeling strong here. We're going to keep these knees and feet planted, left hand firmly planted. Let's lift that right arm up for a twist. See if you can bring your gaze up to the sky, opening up that right arm, strong through the left arm. And exhale that hand down. Inhale the left arm into the sky this time. Nice twist. Exhale down. Let's move through this. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale left arm up. Exhale back down. Inhale right arm up. Exhale down. Inhale left arm up. Exhale down. Let's push back to child's pose for a second. We're going to come back to that tabletop position and do some balance work. Okay, pushing back to our tabletop. We are going to extend the left leg and the right arm. We're just going to stay here for 3 breaths. If you need a challenge, you can close your eyes. If you need a double challenge, you can lift that right foot off the mat so that you're just balancing on the knee. strong core is keeping your spine aligned. We already felt what it feels like to let that spine collapse in our cow. So we're in a strong neutral spine here. And set that arm and leg down. Let's inhale the other side up. Feeling hips square to the mat. Head aligned with the spine. We're not dropping the head. Trying to have a straight line between that hand that's reaching forward and the foot that's reaching back. Setting those hand and knee back down, going back to the original left leg, right arm. Now we're going to exhale as we crunch the knee and the elbow together. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Knee and elbow together. Reaching, head aligned. Moving with your breath, we'll do 3 more of these. Reach. Set them down. Extend the other arm and leg. Inhale here. Exhale, crunch elbow and knee together. Reach and extend, breathe in. Exhale, crunch. Following your breath. It won't necessarily be the same speed as mine. Strong, engaged core, protecting that neutral spine. Paying attention to your head alignment on that inhale, reach. 2 more. Last crunch. Extend, reach your full extension here. Set those hand and knee down, and we're going to come down onto our belly. We're going to do a Cobra and a Locust flow. So our Cobra, we've got our, let's do more Sphinx actually. We've got our palms on the mat, shoulders are right underneath the elbows. So we're not collapsing that spine, and we're definitely not collapsing the shoulders. We're strong through the shoulders. Your core is engaged from below to keep your spine in a more neutral position. So let's hold this Sphinx for a few breaths so that we can feel that alignment. You should feel your hips in contact with the floor, but try to lift your belly up off of the contact with the floor, rolling the shoulder blades down, shoulders away from ears. And now we're going to come down toward the mat, forehead on the mat, palms alongside the body, face up. Walk your feet together. We're going to lift up into our Locust, reaching those palms down toward the feet. That will bring your shoulders away from your ears, lifting head and shoulders, lifting those straight legs. If this is too much, you can drop the legs and the forehead and just lift the palms up to the sky. Or you can have your head and shoulders and legs up and drop your palms down to the mat. Big inhale, exhale back to the mat. Inhale up to our Cobra or our Sphinx. Big inhale again and exhale to our locust. One breath here. Inhale. Exhale to our Sphinx. Reset your position, lifting that belly up, strong through the shoulders. Inhale, exhale to our locust. Working on just a little bit of lower back strengthening here. Inhale, exhale to our Sphinx. So this is some nice spinal mobility, core engagement, lower back work. Inhale, exhale to that locust. Let's do 2 more rounds of this at whatever pace works for you. Inhale, exhale to a Sphinx. And on an exhale, you'll move to the locust. Lifting head, shoulders, legs up off the mat. Exhaling to a Sphinx. Lifting that belly up off the mat. Head, gaze forward. And exhale to our locust. Bring those toes together, palms under the shoulders, open the knees wide, toes together, pushing back into our child's pose. Fingers are spread. This is a rest pose, but we're still getting some nice stretch here. Those extended arms are helping the hips push back further. Feeling a nice stretch on the inner thighs, some stretch on the shoulder. Take that left hand, thread it under the right arm, looking underneath that right armpit, dropping your head down to the mat, left side of the head down. Nice stretch in this thread the needle, continuing to push those hips back in this child's pose. And unthread yourself, push back in the center. Feel the difference in that left shoulder, and let's do the same for our right shoulder. Bring the right arm through, right side of the head on the mat, looking underneath that left arm. Left arm still strong and extended forward. Nice stretch for the back and the shoulder. Bring yourself back to your child's pose. Both shoulders should be feeling really good. Let's push forward to hands and knees. Tuck those toes under. We're going to push back to down dog. Hands are right under those shoulders. Lift those knees up. Drop the head between the arms. Pushing those glutes up and behind you. You can walk your legs if you want a little bit of calf stretching here. Let's do a quick warrior sequence. Inhale that right leg up. Exhale, drop it between the hands. Turn the left foot down to the mat. Inhale up to warrior one. Hold here for 1 breath. Exhale, palms to heart center. Open to warrior two. Gaze over the front fingertips, outside of that back left foot pressed against the mat. Strong front knee. One breath. Lift that front hand, rotate it so it's up to the sky. Exhale, tilt back into a peaceful warrior, spear pointing to the sky. Gaze following that top hand. And let's come into our extended side angle, tucking the elbow inside the knee. Top hand reaching, getting a nice stretch along the side of that body. Bottom hand strong and open to the sky. And now palms to the mat. Step back into your plank. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga on toes or knees. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. Inhale that left foot up. Exhale, step it between the palms. Turn the right foot down to the mat. Warrior one, hips are forward and square. Don't let this back hip open up. Shoulders to the front of the room. Exhale, palms to heart center and open into your warrior two. Strong front knee, not collapsing inward. Shoulders down away from the ears. Flip the front palm up to the sky. Peaceful warrior. Reverse that warrior. Gaze up to the sky. And let's exhale into our extended side angle. Tucking that elbow inside the knee. Bottom hand strong, facing up to the sky. Nice stretch from that top hand. Palms to the mat. Let's step back into our plank. Inhale, exhale, hugging the elbows down, knees or toes. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And let's come back down onto hands and knees to do a kneeling crescent moon. So we're going to be on our knees here. We're going to, why don't we start with hands on hips? Extend your left leg out, staying right on top of this knee, the knee and hip align. We're not opening it out to the side. The foot is on the mat, toes kind of reaching in, trying to have the whole foot on the mat. Extend your arms, and we're going to reach up and over to bring this palm to the mat. You can grab a block or a book if you need. If this stretch is all you need, stay here. If you want to make it a little more challenging, lift that leg up into the air for the full kneeling crescent moon pose. Gaze is up at those top fingertips. If that leg is lifted, you're trying to keep it parallel to the mat, straight line between the heel and the top of the head. Really nice. Two more breaths. And drop that leg back to the mat, lift back up into this T position. Knees together, step the other leg out. Turning that foot so the outside edge of the foot is on the mat, dropping over until your hand touches the mat. You can stay here. If you're looking more for a stretch, if you want to finish with just a little bit of a strength move, lift that leg up into the air. Other arm, reach into the sky, gaze up to the sky. Trying to keep this leg lifted to be parallel with the mat. And push back into your T, coming back to kneeling, sitting back on those heels. Just get a little bit of a quad stretch before we come down to the mat for our Savasana. When you are feeling like you're ready, just bring your legs through, coming down to lay on the mat. Tuck your shoulder blades under to open your chest. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Lots of space in this neck. Palms facing up to the sky. Legs open as a comfortable distance for you. Will depend on how your pelvis is put together. Feet flopping open. Close your eyes and let's rest in our Savasana here for a minute. Unstick your tongue from the roof of your mouth and wiggle your lower jaw to make sure you're not carrying tension there. Reach those hands a little further down toward your feet. Really open up the shoulders and neck. Reach your feet a little further down toward the mat to elongate your spine. Roll onto one side, using your arm as a pillow. Tuck your knees and your feet into a fetal position, keeping your eyes closed. Let's take a few more breaths here in our rest pose before we sit back up. And keeping your eyes closed, push yourself up to a seated position, back where we started in our comfortable half lotus, palms down. Let's just do one more neck circle each direction at your own pace. Don't go too fast. We don't want to get any head rush, but drop your chin to your chest and roll through the right side, the back, the left side. Oh, I'm getting some nice crackling here. Chin back to chest. Let's rotate the other direction, left to back, to right, to center. Bring your palms to heart center. Raise your head, level your chin, feel your head balanced perfectly on your spine. Lift it up so high. We should have a lot of nice space here. Inhale your palms to the center of your forehead, to your third eye, the center of your intuition. Breathe through there. Remember to trust yourself. Thank yourself for taking the time to come to your yoga practice. Disconnect from your pressing worries and just connect with your body. Inhale, and if you'd like, you can join me in a bow. Namaste. Thanks so much for joining today. And
thank you. Bye.
thank you. Bye.